Everybody, I wanted to talk about the situation what's going on with the young lady that got was raped and killed. I was in here thinking and trying to put two and two together, and I was thinking that maybe they said she was on an E pill. She was high. I know when you take an E pill, your body temperature gets real hot. Then, mind you, she's getting raped and being scared at the same time. She might have passed out and dropped dead, and they panicked, or maybe she went to the refrigerator that they said was in the room. I kind of believe that part, and tried to get some air to cool herself off and passed out. So they panicked and everybody just rolled out. I don't think the friends had, I don't know, I don't think the friends probably had anything to do with it. I think they were scared. If it wasn't for her going Facebook Live, they probably would have got killed and raped as well. But by them staying on it, that kind of helped them out. Now, my problem is, I feel like they should have shut the Facebook Live down and maybe snuck and text a friend and said somebody raping, the friend or whatever. Call 911, or I would have acted like I was on Facebook Live and called 911 and then hung up the phone, because then they gonna trace it back.
But they were scared.
But they were scared, so you gotta think that when you scared, it's easier said than done. I mean, I've been in a situation I was so scared. I all I could do was like try to think on what can I do to get out this situation, but things happen so fast. Like, I really don't think they had anything to do with it, but they are guilty of not doing something, as far as, like I said, I would have shut the page down and snuck and text somebody and act like I was still going Facebook Live. But what's in the dark comes and out in the light. So it's like, the God we serve is a mighty God. You can't just kill somebody and think you're going to get away with it, or rape somebody. As far as the $200, they might have still made, the guy probably said to one of his friends, I bet you $200 I get her before the end of the night. So you got to factor in them being high, and being scared. That's probably what they thought to do at that moment. But like I said, I would have snuck and turned the video off and been on there like, oh, happy birthday. Oh, yeah, yep, I'm doing me, faked them out and called 911. So that's what's going to get them in trouble, because the police or whatever, interrogation, whatever, they're going to ask them, the people that's interrogating them are going to be like, well, why didn't you do anything about it, or try to do this and try to do that? And then I kind of believe maybe she went to the refrigerator to try to cool herself off, because when you're high off of drugs or whatever, you getting raped and you scared, your heart rate goes up, your body temperature goes up, so you just never know. Me personally, I don't know if the refrigerator was downstairs in the room, but I believe it might was one in the room, because the girl probably had a suite. Because if you look in the beginning, you see a whole lot of them in the hotel room, and it's like can't be a whole lot of them in a small hotel room. And another thing I don't understand about these hotel parties, you go there just to drink and smoke and listen to some music and sit in the bed. Like, what are you in there for? Negroes gonna get horny, they drunk and high, they gonna want to do crazy things, be looking at you in a lustful way, like, yeah, who can they F? And then you in there with lingerie tops on and bra tops, like that. You putting yourself in harm's way. Like, don't make yourself a victim. Why were you even in there in the first place? Like I said, but this is what these teenagers are doing, having hotel parties just to smoke and listen to music and drink. I could do that at home by myself. At least I know I'm safe. So, I'm just trying to, because, I always just try to look. I looked at everything and then try to piece it together, but I don't believe about her leaving out the hotel room and the friend was like, she looked and she wasn't there. I don't believe that part. They all stayed in that room together. And I did hear the girl say, I told y'all, or whatever. I don't know why she said that, but they were saying that the girl said they in there raping her, this, that, and the other. They panicked and they got scared. But if it was me, I would have fooled them. I would have definitely fooled them. I would have. It was a lot of guys there, but I don't even know if they even know she was still going Facebook Live when all this talking is going on. And yeah, you could probably see some things through her glasses, but it's not. You can't really see anything too good. I've seen people sitting on the bed, this, that, and the other, but they can enlarge it if they want to, like, look for evidence, this, that, and the other. But I don't know. She could have went in there to try to get some air in the freezer, passed out, or was already passed out. But if they put her in the freezer, their fingerprints gonna be all on her body, and then they're gonna end up going to jail. But I just was thinking, like, we have to be more aware of where our children are going. The parents are too lackadaisical these days. Your child has a cell phone, call them at a certain time of night and find out where they are. Call their friends. You got to do a follow-up. Don't just let them say, oh, we going out to eat this, that, and the other. After this situation, we definitely shouldn't go for that line anymore. We should definitely call and follow up, because I can't even imagine anything like this happening to my children. I would definitely want answers, or I would just try to, tell the detectives what I think happened, or like, some people, the mother should try to get answers out of their children, because the children know what happened, but I do believe they were scared and they didn't know what to do at the time. And you can see it in their face. Everything just looks crazy. They just look suspect and scared, and everything is just not going the way it should have been going. Once everybody else was leaving late at night, I would have shut that joint down. I would have been like, all right, y'all, the party is over. It's only a little bit of people in there. Y'all still smoking and drinking at 3 o'clock in the morning. By that time, I'd be tired. I'd be ready to go to sleep and get irritated. I don't care if I was smoking or drinking. I would have been like, all right, y'all, it's time to shut it down, because after a certain time, only thing on a man's mind is sex. And they looking at y'all like y'all some, like, a lollipop or a piece of candy or whatever, and they just looking you up and down. You got on broad tops. What do you expect? What did you think was going to come out of this situation? I mean, nobody didn't think a female was going to get killed, but like they said she was on an E-pill, but I really don't know that. But if she was drinking and getting raped and you being scared and all that, she could have passed out, because I'm trying to figure out how could they have killed her. I think she actually overdosed, or your heart rate went up. She could have passed out, had a heart attack, or you could actually drop dead. You ever see those college parties when the guys drink too much and they have alcohol poisoning and don't wake up? Stuff like that really happens. So you got to be parents. This is a wake-up call for all of us as parents. We need to keep tabs on what our children are doing, who they are with, who are they friends. We had to. When my son comes home from school, he has a friend. I always ask, so what happened between you and your friend today? Because I want to know these things. Because if what kind of influence do they have on your children, their friends? We have to, mothers, we have to come together. This should be a wake-up call, start a movement or whatever. Find out where your children are at a certain time. Check on them, call on their phone, text them. When I can't find my son or I can't reach him, I call his friend's phone and ask for him. Or have you seen him, this, that, and the other? Because you have to be more conscious and aware of what's going on out here. I'm speaking to the mothers now. You have to. They going to these hotel parties and these clubs and meeting up with these crazy dudes that, these thugs is carrying guns and crazy. We don't know what type of issue these guys have or their friends have that they might be around. So us as parents, we need to be more focused and aware of where our children are going, what they're doing, who they're doing it with. We have to. This should be a big wake-up call. Not the teenagers, they probably still gonna go to the hotel parties and do all kind of crazy stuff even after they saw this. But us as parents, we need to be more aware of what our children are doing. We have to. Because I lost a couple of friends. I had one friend, she got killed at a young age. She was 17 years old. A guy shot her in the mouth. I never will forget that. She used to always be missing. I always would be looking for her, and I'd find her, and she just used to be partying and, all the time, and a beautiful young lady. Like, we have to, and that sticks with me to this day. My daughter's father got killed being around the wrong people. Somebody shot him in the head and pushed him out of the car. These so-called friends. You ever hear that song by TLC? What about your friends? Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down again? Oh, what about your friends? Now I gotta add that little, I gotta add that little part in it. Yeah, I used to love that song, but that's true. What about your friends? You cannot trust them. You can't even trust nobody these days but yourself, and rely on the Creator. Say your prayers before you leave out. I pray when my son leave out for his safety from when he's going to school and coming home from school. We have to, like what about your friends? And the girl saying, "Oh, she was my sister. We grew up together." That doesn't mean nothing. That does. I have a lot of friends I grew up with, and they probably cruddy and jealous of me or whatever. I'm alone. I don't really hang around nobody. I got one friend. One friend. That's it. The others are associates. And when I was in high school, I didn't even have any friends. I didn't. When I was in 8th grade, I had a few friends. They were okay, but let me tell you, you can't trust them because they'll be your friends but still jealous. Like they say, a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's true. They might act like, yeah, girl, all happy and all that, but you see, when it comes down to a situation like such as what happened, like that's when you'll see really where your true friends are. And I just wanted to tell y'all that because I've been up all night looking at the different YouTube videos and trying to piece things together. I'm not a detective, but I do have a brain, and I really think that's probably how it went down. They were scared, they was high, their reactions were delayed from the weed smoking. They didn't know what to do. They couldn't run out, all them guys in there. But like I said, if it was me, I would have act like I was still on Facebook Live. I would have been like, oh, thank you. Yup, it's my birthday. I'm turning up. And the whole time I would have been sitting up there texting somebody or whatever saying, help. Or they in here raping my friend. Or I would have hung up and called 911. And like I said, when you hang up, they trace it back and come where you are. So even in moments when I've been scared, I still had a brain.
Why would you want to rape somebody?
Like, why would you want to rape somebody, though? I mean, you can't trust and believe justice will be served for that young lady. And I can't wait, because I'm looking at it like, what if it was one of my children and somebody did that to I would be out here like, you seen that video, Fight the Power? I would have every city and state involved. We would be out there with signs up, rioting, this, that, and the other. Mothers, we need to start a movement. Find out get involved, see what's going on with your children. What are you doing at home where your child is at a hotel party getting raped? I keep tabs on my children. I go live on Messenger with my daughter. I want to see what she's doing, where she's at, and who she is with. And my son, I ask him every day when we come, what happened in school? So I just want justice to be served. I'm telling y'all how I think what happened or whatever, but you cannot do something like this and think you're going to get away with it. Because God sees everything, and you will get caught. Because something always happens. I watch the ID channel all the time, and something always happens where the case gets solved. They leave a piece of hair behind, fingerprints, whatever, something, and they end up figuring out what happened to the person. So it's going to come out. But like I said, I do believe they were scared. They just wasn't thinking quick on their feet. When she said, help me, she turned the music up. Now, that part, I want to turn the music on, because once I heard help me, I heard her say, what the up. I don't know if she said that because the music went off, or because she heard the girl saying help me. Then they trying to say that the words help me was in the song. Like what is it? What's really going on? But once I heard help me, I wouldn't even have turned the music on. I would have been like, did y'all hear that? And then I would have still been going live or whatever. Like, I probably would have got killed, raped and killed myself, because I wouldn't have turned the music up when I heard it. See, that's where she gonna get in trouble at. And then the friend stepped over something. I don't know what she stepped over, but that was odd. She did go in the bathroom. I noticed that if her friend was getting raped in the bathroom, they must have pulled her from out of the bathroom and just sat her somewhere on the bed or on the floor, whatever, because I did see her step over something and nothing was going on in the bathroom. When she looked odd, like she went in the bathroom to act like she was moving around and all that stuff or whatever, to try to see what was going on. Listen, they were scared and they looked real suspect because they were scared. They didn't really know what to do. Me personally, I don't think it was a setup, because if I know teenagers out here on some Children of the Corn stuff these days, and Charles Manson, they like, I don't know what's going on, but they on some crazy stuff these days. But us as parents, we need to get a hold of our children and see where they are and who they are with, what they are doing, especially on the weekends. That's when they really turning up. So this should be a wake-up call for all of the parents. You hear me? Parents. Look at me. Parents. Us as parents need to make sure that we know what our children are doing out here. It is serious out here. I know this. I got so many scary stories, y'all. I don't even want to even. I can't even begin to tell y'all the things that happened when I was growing up. You wouldn't even believe it. And God still blessed me to be here. But don't make yourself a victim. Like, you making yourself a victim by being somewhere around some men smoking and drinking and with halter tops on. Where the mothers at? Did you see your child leave out with that on? What were you doing? Were you asleep? Where were you at? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. You ain't see your child leaving out with a bra top on. So the parents play a part in this as well. So I just want to I want y'all to know my name, Bella Rashad. Y'all tell me what y'all think, whatever. I'll give y'all an update on what I think is what I've been looking at, what I've been hearing. But me personally, I hold the mothers accountable for this as well, because you need to be knowing where your children at, what they are doing, and who they're doing it with. So I just want to let y'all know. Peace out. Hit me up. One love.